Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney 2, where we are continuing in the third case of the game, The Return of the Great Departed Soul. Excuse me. Alright. Okay. Guess nothing to do there. Where should we go? Should we meet our defendant? Do you know, I don't believe we visited this place for some time. Let's just go visit our annoying client. Oh! Oh, he's been keeping busy. Let's see, what he's up to. What's he doing? Oh my. The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations. And he's still writing more now. Professor, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, Mr. Naruto, and who is this young lady? Oh, she's the one who gave you that takedown during court. She's kind of scary. Cute and scary.
My name is Satomi Katoba. I'm Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Oh, if only I'd met a refined young woman like you sooner. None of this would have happened. I would have gotten my life together. I would have gotten married, had kids, settled down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. We all know who you really like. We all know at the end of this that you and Von Seeks are the ones who are gonna get married and settle down.
Well, I know there's no such thing as gay marriage back then, but still, I can dream, can't I? You and Von Zeeks are the ones who truly belong together. Don't lie.
No, that's not logical.
See? It's not logical. It makes no sense at all, see? You're realizing the truth. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to us.
That makes no sense at all. I know I'm gay. I know. I truly love science, and the only one who accepts me for who I am is Van Zeeks. Yes, yes.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh, no. No. The whole miserable affair. It all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot.
At least you admit it. Now we can move on and just get you acquitted for murder, and then you'll figure out your whole career stuff on your own. Or maybe Von Zeeks can help you with that. Professor Hairbrain? What have you been working on in your cell?
Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand.
At least you had, like, chalk or something. Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe?
Oh yes, I saw her do that takedown and I was inspired. No, actually. This is my autobiography.
What? Okay. Oh, I thought he was gonna say something like, yes, I've been inspired to write about vampires now. it's fan fiction. Your autobiography?
I was diddled and fiddled.
You know, those words could mean something else entirely. Okay. Oh my.
I was fricked. I was fricked in the A by A. by Albert Harebrained. I found I can represent my odd fortunes with my only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simultaneous equations.
Really?
I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see.
Oh, that's cute, that little booklet.
So it's going to be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1, An Odd Birth and Odd Upbringing.
Can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. It's a cute little book, yeah. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case?
Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled. I was fiddled.
Stop saying it like that.
By the pair of them.
Oh, by 2 of them. Oh my. Sorry. Oh, and they have, yeah. So, my friend Louisa, she's been playing this game at the same time as me, pretty much, just for fun, in her spare time. Lucky her. She doesn't have to worry about recording it, so she gets to just do it leisurely. But somehow we're kind of doing it at the same pace. Somehow, she's just squeezing it in little by little. But we're somehow at the same spot almost. I think she's like maybe an hour or so ahead of me now. Because I think she said she just reached, like, she just finished this investigation portion, so she's a little ahead of me. But we were talking, and she was like, she calls Asmund, she calls him Ass Man. Ass Man. And I was like, I was tempted to, I told her, I was like, I was tempted to call him that. But I wanted to avoid making the obvious pun, so I said, well, technically, it's Odious Man. So to me, when they just write his last name, it didn't sound right to say Assman or Assman, because it doesn't sound right to me, because it's Odious Man. So that's why I haven't been saying Assman. But of course, joking, that's why she calls him Assman, because he's a jerk, he's an ass, right? So she calls him Assman. But that's why I always say Asman whenever they just say his last name. That's why. Even though, yeah, it's Odious Man, but you know, it doesn't. Yeah.
By Asmund, and by that aloof engineer, Drebber.
And we were both talking about how Drebber doesn't really have a pun name. It's just, you know, the whole, the name, from the Scarlet, I actually, the study in Scarlet, and how that's a missed opportunity. The fact that Enoch Drebber is an actual pun name, that it's just an old-fashioned name that they used back in the day. It's like, what a shame. It's such a cool name that you would think it's a pun. You know, that like, man, it's such an old name that they haven't come up with any cool puns with in all this time. That's kind of weird, you know? And that's an old name that we don't even see used anymore, or like, other than in here, like, nobody uses it. I don't know. Like, in England, I'm just curious, have you guys ever seen that name, like, anywhere else? I've never seen the name Enoch really used or anything. It's interesting. There's a lot of names that, like, went out of fashion, you know. Interesting. We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? Okay. This morning's trial.
Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Asmund, the kinesis machine, my hypothesis even.
I'm sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way.
No, know it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public.
No, of course you didn't.
But in court this morning, I realized something.
Oh?
If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you are aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me.
Oh, Professor.
He believed in me this morning, you know. Barack did. He believed in my hypothesis.
Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case. Yeah.
No, Barack wouldn't do something like that.
You're being a little naive here.
I'm sure he genuinely believed it.
Did he?
I think I understand now. Why it was he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean.
Van Zeke's motivation. He's doing it to protect you, dude.
After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not my lawyers even.
I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there.
So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barack, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense.
And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor.
Exactly, which would have been a fate worse than death for me. But Barack insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish.
So he was trying to protect your reputation. But also, you know, just trying to defend you in general. I mean, also kind of... I still, you know, he was trying to protect you in general. Which is what we already knew. He was making sure by no other prosecutor taking the case that the case would go the best way it could. And dragging it out so that Ryunosuke would do his job properly. You think that's why he...
I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul.
That extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Yeah, well, that is his job, I guess.
Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it.
And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? Well, we know he's not the Reaper, so... He's just, you know, having to deal with that part of the rumor part and all of that. That someone has painted that on him. Which sucks, but... You know, he didn't ask for that. Mr. Asman.
Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start?
I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes.
When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so emphatic.
But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems.
I still can't believe it.
As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic, it probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually. But the scale of it, it wasn't just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception.
All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. We want to do research, but we can't afford it. Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all of that, only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe.
It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Did you say justice? Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer.
Mr. Enoch Drubber.
Alright. Is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler? Or all three?
It was about a year ago when Mr. Aspen first brought Drubber to meet me at my laboratory.
At Dexter's lab!
Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine.
But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist.
Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist.
What do you mean?
He was a wealth. He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation.
Well, then that's how he convinced you. I mean, it seems like just talking to him, he really seemed legit. And that's why you trusted him and didn't even, like, look into the machine itself then. That explains that, at least. I see.
But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give us as to his whereabouts? I'm sorry, we only ever discussed the kinesis machine, nothing else.
Ah.
Although, just once, I did visit his workshop.
Yeah, that's what we need to know. What workshop?
Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine.
Dude, that's what we need to know. What? Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Drebber's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. Okay. So you've been to Drebber's place of work then?
Yes, just once, you understand. It was an enormous place, plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see.
Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there.
Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure, as in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this.
You don't remember. Yeah.
But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry.
I was more than half expecting that.
You see, I was blindfolded.
Oh, that is shady as hell. Oh no.
I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there.
He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then.
The place was incredible. The pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain.
Maybe there's something else you can remember that might give us a clue, like a smell or a sound?
Ah, the indescribable scent of that imported oil.
Yeah, okay, the scent.
Perfumers across the world should forget their secret formula and use that instead.
So if we can find that smell and bring it to him, maybe that will help? What do you think, Mr. Sato? Eau de machine for your next birthday?
I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor? You, don't have a business card from Mr. Drubber, for example?
The man was clearly very cautious, Mr. Sato. I doubt he would have... Oh. What? I'm sure he would never have...
Aha! Yes, I do. He gave me his business card once. It's right here, look.
What?
Let me see that.
Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you? Probably doesn't have an address, though.
Enoch Trevor, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address.
No. Oh well, can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful.
Yeah. His business card, though it only shows the man's name, there's no address, but it has his handwriting. Okay, let's look at that for a sec. Examine. And it has like a little symbols here. Anything on the back? E. Drebber. And the specific way he wrote the E looks almost like a G, right? Oh, what's this? Like ink smudge?
This dark smudge here.
I think perhaps it's machine oil. Ah, there we go. He was talking about the machine oil, right?
Oh yes, possibly. Professor Harebrained mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? He said it was specially imported, very high quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain.
Very convenient. Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all.
Don't worry, I expect that's just because there's such a tiny amount on here.
There's a smear of machine oil on the reverse. Okay. Interesting. That's good to know. Is that all we need from you? Is there something we can present? Maybe you can look at this?
Professor Harebrained, what do you make of this?
Oh yes, that's just what we need. No.
No, it's nothing to do with your hypothesis, actually.
Then take it away! Don't want to be bothered! Okay. Keep your abundant hair on. Is there anything useful? Screwdriver. I don't think you're going to be useful for any of this, then, are you? Anything? I doubt it. Alright, so let's move. Okay. I had no idea there were so many people in the world.
I know what you mean. It's really packed here today.
Feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point.
Has it? Shut my brain down so I didn't really notice, to be honest.
Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. There you are. Oh, this is Gina. There you are. Had a feeling you lot would share your mugs before long. Aww. Oh, it was Gregson. Gina's in the background with the dog. Oh.
Oh, Inspector Gregson. I see you're hard at work as usual.
Oh, he's being polite to Susato. That's nice.
Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met.
What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning.
Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side.
Oh. Why, thank you, Inspector.
How good of you to notice.
He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you've probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more.
Right, well, that's the young Chinese domain. Oi, get over here, Gina.
Oh, so cute! Oh, she's happy with the doggy. Look at him, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, so cute. Oh, she's so happy with the doggy. Oh, the little baby. Oh, he's so fluffy.
She seems to be busy playing with the puppy, probably giving it a traditional East End training.
Gina, she's a police officer now? Oh, did nobody tell her? I thought they caught her up on everything.
Amazing, isn't it?
She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Oh,
I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London.
oh, he's leaving. Oh no, really?
That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea.
We're only allowed to have one inspector for us.
Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along.
Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
Oh, that's really far. Do you speak French?
To France?
I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley.
But France, it's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there?
That's the way the adult world works, sunshine. You don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted.
How does that even work, though? Like, if you're within the British police, you can't just get transferred to a different country. Unless you're in some kind of international police or something. That's... weird.
I'm intended to take the kid with me when I go.
What? I thought you said she was taking your place here.
What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what become of her?
Oh. Well, you do seem very, fond of her. Almost like you want to adopt her like she's your daughter. It's kind of cute. But then that means she's not taking your place as our main detective or inspector, so... Huh.
I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses.
I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh, because she was found innocent.
Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it?
So he's trying to protect her. That's... Oh, so that's him choosing to leave then. Not that he's getting really transferred. He probably requested the transfer. Damn, you're willing to move to a different country just to protect her? Wow. Very parental of you. That's really sweet, though.
Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not.
I've got to keep that diving diva safe and sound. Till all this is over, at least.
When will it be over, though? That's the problem.
Oi! Did you just call me a bloomin' diving diva again?
She heard that, huh?
So you heard that, did you? Right, well, any questions about the scene? You can put them to my capable detective diva here.
Alright, you heard the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now.
suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you got a new dog, have you?
Oh, how cute! Oh, that's Toby. Yeah, there's supposed to be a Toby in the Sherlock Holmes storyline, so oh, they finally got Toby. Finally. That's so cute. That's super cute. That's adorable. It's funny. It's interesting that he's with her though, because isn't Toby normally supposed to be with Sherlock and Watson? I guess they decided to change it up though. That's cute. And now instead, Sherlock and Iris have the cat. They have Wagahai. Isn't he? Isn't he great? Toby is his name. Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable.
Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's the not-so-lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest.
Alright. Is there anything different here? I mean, we see the balloon. I guess we could talk about it.
Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned.
Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident.
Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this.
Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were.
Wow, Ryunosuke, wow. In poor taste.
Ouch, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
He's like, I can make jokes, and
Like, not the right time. Wow, Ryunosuke, please.
it's like, I was trying to be funny, and now I regret it.
Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes.
You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mrs. Sato?
Oh yes. When I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck.
But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower.
I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly.
Yeah, but this great exhibition kind of got ruined. I mean, we didn't even get to, like, participate in it before everything went wrong.
What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that.
Yes, unfortunately, the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam, not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis.
But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise.
Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time bird cages will rain down on all of you.
Your faith is much stronger than I realized.
Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone.
Yeah, we're gonna look up there.
Oh look, a flying balloon. I've never seen one in the flesh before.
Can't understand how they can fly, so high up as well.
Oh, but think of the view, Mr. Nodohodo. You must be able to see for miles and miles.
I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out.
I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world.
Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded.
I'm sure there are other ways to fly.
I think all of our male protagonists will always have a fear of heights, and I don't blame them.
The stage up there is where the experiment was set up. It's very high, isn't it?
About 30 feet, I believe, or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck up to see up to it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it?
Yes, we need to get up there and look around properly. Although, if I'm honest, climbing up all those stairs makes my chest hurt.
Oh dear, I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright.
Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again.
Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like.
Oh, that's alright, is it?
I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here.
Ah, yes, Toby.
Oh, he's so freaking cute.
The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind...
Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze.
Oh,
It's like I told Otto yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The Special
Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Is that what you were thinking of?
That's the one. That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something?
The Forensic Investigation Team? Is that what you were thinking of?
That's the one, yep.
but isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted?
I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something?
I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps?
That's the one, yeah. Apparently he's always watching the time or something.
So, without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate on the stage.
Ah. Okay. We'll go over there in a bit. It was great, wasn't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying I'm about to be found out.
You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you?
Which is good for her, that this time she was, like, not the one in the hot seat. Yeah, and Otto's made things hard for me every single time and all.
Just doing my job, Gina.
But watching someone else get it in the net is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you shared that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix.
The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client.
Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though.
Well, I feel ya.
It's the boss I feel sorry for. Sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean?
He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer? What's his name again?
Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber?
That's the one, yeah.
So the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black monocle. I guess they would be.
It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him gut ache.
Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food.
Okay, the engineer's whereabouts.
So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck.
He's really funny looking. Got two eyes what don't match. Still a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing.
The old devil's got it. Sorry? Who? You know, that scowling reaper what's always glugging down glasses of that blood-red plonk. Ah, Lord Von Zeeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Trevor at all? Oh. We couldn't smell, but Toby can. Toby the dog. Where did you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Otto. Slight overreaction, don't you think? They ain't no mutt, alright? Toby's... How did they put it? Oh yeah, a bona fide detective. Hey, Detective Doggy. He's so cute. Sorry? I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. Oh. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he?
He deserves it. Cute little baby.
Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? Police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't.
Renoscape, please.
Ah, that's nothing compared to this little fella, Otto. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby here's got a good whiff of your jaws, he could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim?
Mr. Naruhodo, please. I think you may have missed the point, by rather a wide margin.
I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Otto, there's going to be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in future.
Yes, I agree. And they're so cute.
Right, one of these days they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way round.
They changed his type though, because I thought Toby was supposed to be like what's the name of that dog? Oh, that breed. Oh my gosh, my brain is like so slow. Is it a pug? I've seen them as like a pug, I think. Ugh, my brain. There's a specific breed I've seen them Toby as. Like in like a couple of the Sherlock movies and stuff, there's like a specific breed that he's usually depicted as. But they might have had a reason why they chose this type. I don't know if it's just because he's cute like this, but like I thought there was a specific breed they used for a reason, like maybe because of his sense of smell. And it's probably because here they wanted to use him as the police dog for his sense of smell, whereas usually he is Sherlock and Watson's dog, so they don't normally need him for his sense of smell. So here they're like, oh, let's have Toby be a useful mechanic in the game, you know, rather than just being a cute pet. Which is cool. I think it's a cool idea. Because, like, at least in America, I think police dogs, you know, we normally see them as, like, German Shepherds, or, I think there's another breed that they've been switching to, I forgot the name of it, that are a little smaller, but they're, like, they're really good for, I think, because they jump really high and they're really fast. I forgot the name. It's a newer breed that I've seen. Whatever. I'm not, my memory with the dog breeds is used to be better. It's not as good anymore. I do love dogs though. It's funny because I used to be really scared of dogs when I was little. But now that I've gotten older, I love them so much now that I own dogs. Now, once I started owning dogs, now I've become like, I love dogs.
Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much.
But he's cute. I don't know what breed he's supposed to be, but he's very, very cute.
Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had chucked him out in the street.
Aww.
There you go. I knew she'd lifted him from somewhere.
Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals.
And you've already trained him that quickly? Alright, well, I think... Can we use Toby? Let's see.
About this, Gina.
Yeah, I'm still learning my letters at the moment. Only know A to E. So if it ain't too much bleeding trouble...
Ah, actually, Gina, it's the back of the car that's important.
Huh? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all.
It turns out that this is very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently.
You don't say. Let's have a whiff then. You sure? I don't smell nothing.
No, we didn't mean that you should smell it.
Oh, right. You mean Toby. Good boy.
His sense of smell is so good he can track people over the oceans, can't he?
Professor Harebrained informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop.
Good boy. Look at that cute baby.
I think he's picked up a scent.
So you mean, if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby can lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop?
That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping.
Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that.
Wait, when did you... Wants a pickpocket?
If I can lead everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week.
Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted.
Poor Gregson.
Alright. Is that it? We done? I don't think I can go up there. She said I need Strongheart's permission to go up there, right? Wait. Yeah, it seems that without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate here. Okay. Then I guess we're gonna have to go there. Okay, I see a new character. Oh, you know what? I don't know who that is. I don't want to voice a new character right now. You know we're almost at 50 minutes, so I think we're gonna leave this episode right here. I'm tired. I don't want to do anymore. I'm tired. No more. No more. I'm tired. I think that's long enough episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. No more. Um, I'm interested. Whoever that is. They're wearing a lab coat, so maybe it's someone from that forensic special investigation team or whatever. Interesting that we're meeting them and new character this late in the case, but maybe there's someone who we'll see later on in the game as well. So interesting, interesting. All right. Anyway, until next time, have a nice day. Bye bye.